Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing book reviews that I thought would be really appropriate because I really like these books. There's really no other reason. I really think that you guys would enjoy these books. I have myself, and if you really like stories based on true life, then I suggest you stick around because I'm going to be reviewing them, telling you about them, giving you a summary, and if I would read them again. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so the first book that we're going to begin with is Columbine. Now this was written by Dave Cullen. Now I have not read any more of his books, but I was obsessed with Columbine at one time in my life. I guess in high school or middle school, I don't know. But I really wanted to know more about it. And, you know, I had read another book, She Said Yes, which was about one of the victims that was killed in the library. But then this book came out, and it's really, really cool picture. This is actually the high school. If you are younger and you don't know what Columbine is, Columbine was a really horrible school shooting that happened by two gunmen who were students there. They were both seniors. And basically, this is basically the entire story of what happened, not just about the shooting, but what their lives, the shooters' lives, the victims' lives. It's everything. And it's such a good book. Most of the books that I have here tonight are just all like based on true stories, and I love this book. It's so good. Like, I never put this book down when I was reading it, and that was like a couple years ago. I would read this book again. It's really good, but it's really, really long. But you know, I don't mind it because it's just such a good book. Like, I really highly suggest that if you really like these kinds of books about crime, things that happen in real life, go out and buy this book because it's amazing. Now, when I first saw this book, it was in a magazine. It's by Adrian, Nicole LeBlanc, and I forget if I saw it in a People's magazine or if it was in a Teen Vogue magazine. I wanted it so bad, so I was like, I asked one of my friends to get it for me for Christmas, and she did, and I never put this book down at all. Through high school, I remember I was a sophomore. Every single day, I'd always be reading this book. I'd read it through classes. I'd read it through lunch. It's so good because it's all true. So basically, it's about a couple different people who live in New York in the Bronx. It's about like Puerto Rican families basically going through the struggle of their lives, you know, getting pregnant at young ages, having true loves, but not really being able to work them out. And it's a crazy book. I mean, sometimes you if you read this book, you will get mad at characters and people because it's just crazy. But they're not really even characters because these are actually real people. Like this is a real person. This is the actual person who they're talking about in the book. They do change the names of the people in the book. So you really can't look them up, but it's just a really good book. I would really suggest, if you really, really want to read this book, buy it and read it. It's so good. You're gonna just be sucked into it so much. It's so good. I would read this book again. It's just so good, and I really, really enjoyed this book, The Devil in the White City. Now, I actually had to read this for a class my junior year in high school. And I was like, because they had other books, and I just didn't know if I would like this. But this sounded the most interesting. So I read it. It was a little boring, you know. But then it got so good. So basically, it's about bringing Chicago circa 1893 to vivid life Erik Larson's spellbinding bestseller entwines a true tale of two men. It's about architecture and a murderer, and this is all true, and it's so good the way he writes it, detailing everything, telling the story of the two men, but separately. It's just so well written. I know he has another one about World War II. I think I might go out and buy that one, but he's an amazing author. He really is, and I would read this book again if I had the chance, but I am reading newer books, so I really don't have the chance to do that. But I hope in the near future that I will be able to. And now my next book is Spray Colors book by Nigel Cawthorne. Now, I had been not really read this book this year because I was just focusing on other things and whatever. And this is specifically just gunmen. It's not like people who do bombs or kill people just for the pleasure of killing people with like knives or whatever. I mean, obviously there's people of just shooting people for random reasons, but that's mostly what the book is. If you really like to read about criminals like I do and all that stuff, this is the book for you. It's good in its own right. There are some chapters that are a little bit boring. I got bored with it. I had to put the book down a couple times because I was just like really, really bored with it. It's very repetitive about who gunmen are. Well, I mean, they're men and women, but the majority, I would say about 95% are men who do shooting with guns and killing people. There's only one chapter in here that's strictly women gunmen, which is fine because there's really not a lot to begin with. I would not read this again. Reason, because it's so repetitive and it's boring, and I didn't get attached to it like I thought I would. But I did finish it. I'm glad I read it, but I don't think I'm really going to read it again. Now my last book is one of my favorite books. I saved this for a long time. I don't know why I did, but I just did. And this one is called The Royals, The Lives and Lovers of the British Monarchs. So this book is strictly about the English monarchy, no more other. It's very good if you want to learn about the British monarchs, starting with the Normans and ending with our current king and queen. That's it, the Windsors. And it has all the families. There's scandal. There's a lot of mistresses in here, let me tell you. It's one of those books that you wouldn't think some of the things would be done in British history that involve the monarchy, but it really has been done. But it's really good. I wouldn't read that again because it's not that it gets boring, it's very time consuming, and it tells you a lot of details that are good for one time if you just want to one time read about it, which is what I did, and that's it. I am glad I bought the book, but I don't think I'm going to read it again. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I really enjoyed showing you some books that I have finished reading. Really, really fun. I loved it so much. So now I want to tell you guys that I'm actually going to be starting a new series. It's going to be called my Pop Sugar series. The reason why it's called that is because there are Pop Sugar boxes. Now, if you don't know what Pop Sugar boxes are, I'll explain about that in my next video about what they are. And I'm going to be starting with last October 2015, up until what month we are in now, July, in the boxes. The majority, most of the stuff that were in the boxes, I'll be showing to you guys. And I'll be exampling them out too. Like if it's sprays or body scrubs or whatever, I'm going to be showing that and testing it out. Even if it's some things that I've already done. So hopefully you guys enjoy those, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And if you have anything that you want me to do for later videos, please, please, please comment below. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night or day. I guess it's whenever I post this video. But I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye!